Take a deep breath for me, David. Great. The good news is, the walls and foundation are solid. The bad news is that everything else needs doing. So that pretty penny you saved is gonna need spending. We need resources. Supplies and manpower is what we're talking. We've got me, you, and trees, Oscar. Hey there, Miss Addie. For a woman who just got a house and land, you don't seem too thrilled.
Well, you wouldn't be either if you heard the yarn, David told me.
Fixing the old place up and leasing the land, ain't he? Shouldn't you be in Nordhaven? By the time you're back from touring the world, he'll have sold the place and be 10 heaps deep by then, and you'll be rich.
Come autumn. Oh God, come autumn. Robin didn't think the house was as bad as his sister was making it out to be. The land was sure pretty. Mesmerizing, he thought. Sure, the orchard was all burned up, but that meant good soil, and everything left over was broken. Nothing boards and nails couldn't fix. And no, the second story didn't even have a floor anymore, burned up and rotten as it was. But David agreed with him. The aforementioned nails and boards would do just the trick. So the fire had devastated the place, and the remnants gave Robin the spooks, but oh, he didn't know. A place with history is better than none. And this old farm had a mysterious history. The only thing that hadn't been burned 30 years ago was a portrait of the Virgin Mary herself. To give them luck, Robin cleared off some old vines and hung it over the door to keep them safe. They all got to work pretty quick. There wasn't a lack of things that needed doing, that was for sure and certain. Pulling up weeds, taking down old trees, building up things with bones, as Oscar called them, and a whole lot of scrubbing. Robin felt he'd spend his whole summer scrubbing, as Oscar thought he was too irresponsible for sharp tools. But as it turned out, Robin wasn't the one Oscar had to worry about. It was David. The whole town of Henford was interested in David's wild scheme, and they weren't shy to show it. When I seen someone bought this place, I thought they must be crazy. But I said if anyone can do the job, it's old Davy Tolliver. I'm just glad someone took it off my hands. Apparently, David didn't take a fancy to everyone criticizing and calling him crazy, and his doubtful wife wandering and complaining like a lost child, so he got a bit too big for his britches. "Careful up there, Dave," Robin heard him call. But David wasn't careful, and he plumb fell right off the roof. They had to send for Auntie Marie's doctor husband. Robin thought David was a goner, but he only said he's broken his leg, and Robin supposed they didn't amputate for all that these days. It did mean that as far as manpower goes, David was out and Robin was in. And where there was Robin, there was Anna. That sweet girl walked up from college every afternoon to put her hands to good use. It was sort of a thrill to spend nights there, sleeping in Robin's old tents, eating by the fire again. That way they could wake up bright and early with the birds and tackle their own little corners. After weeks and weeks, walls began springing up like flowers. Robin got cut and bruised and battered, but it was well worth the trouble when he cleared himself the orchard. Bit by bit, the old place looked less and less like a heap, as Aura called it. And David always kept a sad and watchful eye on the days he took himself out. But Madeline kept him fed up real nice and happy-like. Once his leg was strong enough, Auntie Marie's doctor husband said David could do light work, and he didn't fuss a bit about it. Madeline was the only one who fussed. Not even Aura, who was well known to be with child, or Anna, who was only there for Robin, fussed. It was real sort of satisfying work, everyone thought, especially Robin, and especially on days that Anna came to keep him company. On days Anna came by, Robin was real productive. It was he who fixed up the roof on the old coach house. He did it just like Oscar showed him. Near the end of summer, and yes, they spent all summer there, Robin became a man. At least he fancied himself a man. Or maybe it was that he realized his parents weren't so young anymore. Was that part of being a man? With Aura's belly getting so big in those hot summer days, she sent for her brother to lend a hand. He was a handy sort of fellow, if a bit philosophical for Robin's taste. Even old mother and father got into the dirty work a bit, and suddenly this house felt like a true family effort. A whole summer, a whole season of pulling, plucking, pruning, plaster, and painting, and the old Watson farm was finished. Anna and Robin could hardly believe they had a part in this little whitewashed dream of David's. It was sobering, or melancholy, he supposed, like coming to the end of something vital. "We did a good job, didn't we?" "We did," Seems like sort of a shame letting it all go. It does. Or you could propose to me finally. And then we could lease the land from David ourselves.